Hello, everybody. Alright, just looking through chat. Hi there, Pi. Well, congrats on becoming the first mate of the stream. It's time to get to work. Welcome in Namo and Plank. It's good to see you all today. So today, we're gonna keep trucking along on our Black Eagles run. Sounds like next stop for us is dealing with some church bandits. So gonna be doing a bit of that today. Yeah. Just continuing on from where we left off last. The Tower of Black Winds. How is everybody? I don't remember, but are you on hard mode? Yes, I am on hard mode. I am not on maddening because I'm baby, but I am on hard mode because I'm not that baby. But how's everyone doing today? I am in the final stretch of the busy season for work for me, and I am expecting that I'm gonna have at least a whole extra day off this week, so I'm pretty excited about it. I'm gonna try to get in an extra stream on that extra Friday, but we'll see how things go on account of Christmas plans getting in the way. Yeah, that is exciting. I cannot remember. Oh, that's right. We just ended off. So this is my first free day of the month. So I should probably take advantage of that. Also, who dat? Ah! A woman!
Stone? A stone. I do not understand.
My kingdom
Yet,
for a
as I
stone.
think of it, the pounding in my chest grows faster still. But is that me? Or is it you?
I don't... There's nothing that's pounding in my chest. There's nothing in there. This has been established. So it's clearly you. Alright, so general lowdown, because I want to try to get my preferred recruits on board here soon. So, looking at Lysithia, Lawrence... Oh my god, I had the sheet and I don't have it up right now. Whoa, hey, careful. So we're looking at Lysithia, Lawrence, I think that's roughly it at this point. Yeah, I don't have any other big plans for anyone. Oh, Leonie. But she's not going to be that hard to get. Fish bounty? Oh, I'm sold. Show me. Let me eat fish. Hell yeah, hell yeah, hell yeah, hell yeah. Love fish.
That looks delicious. Goddess forgive me, I've just got to indulge.
Yeah, you just get it, Professor. This is my favorite.
Give me a moment, I just remembered something. There we are. Alright. I think things should be all sorted now. Excellent. I'm gonna be boosting them up a bit. Checking my supports a tiny bit. Nobody love me. Oh, Love, it does not
Right.
make a Subaru a Subaru. I forgot how to run in this game. Oh no. Help. Help. I've forgotten how to play the game.
That's so.
Hello. Okay.
Hello there.
Hello there. Oh.
I have heard that someone from House Gautier, one of the Kingdom of Fargus's noble families, is causing some sort of commotion. What a complete disgrace to the nobility.
Oh my goodness. Mayo Man, I'm sure you would know a lot about disgraces to nobility. No shade. At all. Ever. Please. Deeply involved in commerce. You like tea, don't you, Lawrence?
I don't...
Apparently not enough.
Would you help me out?
Find the iron welding material near the marketplace. That's around here somewhere. Alright, where are we heading, boss? Oh, you need something too. Help
I could
me!
use your help.
Need bandits gone? Don't worry, I got you. You just supply me with them good goods so that I can start grinding out these supports for people. What is Fire Emblem even about? Fire Emblem is much like Final
I knew I could
Fantasy,
count on you.
a different experience each time. This particular
Hey
one
there.
is I am a teacher of these students in the church school. I have been hired. I was originally a mercenary, and then after I saved the children from a bunch of bandits, the Pope, who is a woman, decided that she was going to let me teach a bunch of students for mysterious reasons that we can't seem to sort out. And so now, I am training these students to fight, and also doing church dirty work in the process. So it's a good time. It's a good time. Gameplay wise, it's a strategy RPG, I think is the term for it. So plays on a grid, and each character is an individual unit that has different capabilities, and if they die in the game, they die forever. So you gotta be careful.
Is this it?
Yeah, let's do
There
that.
you go. Is this it?
So JRPG randomness, a wee bit of that, yeah.
There you go. Is this it? There you go.
You can have a better sword. You can
Is this
also
it?
have a
There you
better
go.
sword. And I suppose at this point, it's time to start thinking about... Honestly, I'm running this game with a lot of magic units, so I don't need to worry too
Is
much.
this it? There you go.
Come back anytime.
But that'll probably be nice. Yeah. Alright. Lane.
Why is that fish so still? Wait, is it swimming sideways? Perhaps it is resigned to its woeful fate of being plucked from the water and eaten. Ah, Professor.
Aren't we all?
You are so outgoing with all of the students. I would like to have more opportunities to connect with you, though I'm certain my brother would disapprove.
Oh. But why?
Might you help me with a favor?
Yeah, pick up some stones to clean up the shrines. Sure, boss.
Hi. Maybe.
Also, what are we doing down here? Who's over here? Who's in the greenhouse?
The next mission is to rout bandits in the kingdom, is it not? I find the idea unsettling.
Today,
Though the
Casa.
bandits have captured
That's
a
right.
large
Welcome
prize,
in, Biwi.
They are insignificant in and of themselves. The matter
It's another
would be
Fire
more
Emblem
appropriately
Monday.
dealt with by Margrave Gautier or the Fargus
Hey,
royal
Satra,
family.
good to see
I
you.
grant that I am most likely
How are you
jumping at
both doing?
shadows,
It's
but
good
I
to see you
fear that
both.
if Fargus is weakened,
Mhm.
the tipped scales will lead to widespread unrest.
I have been talking over her lore dumping this entire time, but all I know is that she gets sad when it's sunny out. A detailed roster of the Officers Academy has been stolen! Track down the thieves! I'm good, how are you? I am a little bit sleepy. I am in the final stretches of busy time for my job, so I'm feeling a bit of the pressure, but I have less than a week left of it. Sad when sunny is a mood. In more ways than one. She's sad when she's in the sun. She is, like, extremely rambunctious when she is, like, underground. Am I implying
I
she's
could
a mole
use a hand.
person? Yes. Check out the sauna, located between the training grounds and your personal quarters. Talk to the sauna boss to activate it. Hi, I heard there was a sauna here. I'm here to indulge in the sauna. I can only bring my people in here. Balls. I don't want that. I actively do not want that. I'll be back.
That's so.
Alright. I have to get moving on how I'm going. Ugh. To get what I want from these Ferols. Oh, except a quest from Sedith. I guess I have to go upstairs. Forgot how to go upstairs.
That's right.
There it is. There's the stairs. Alrighty. Alrighty, Sedith, what do you want me to do today?
So. Ah, Professor. Gerald was looking for you.
Papa?
It seems he
Number
has gone off
one?
somewhere. If he is not in his room, then surely someone has seen him. Ask around. I have something to ask of you. I have something to ask of you.
You have something else to ask of me. Maintain your training. I will always maintain my training, dear third dad.
You must be rather bewildered by the power that was hidden within. However,
This is the
know
Lady
that
Pope,
I
by the way.
believe in you.
I have no doubt that you will use that power justly. You will most certainly fulfill the grand destiny that the goddess has seen fit to grant you.
Glad to hear you're almost done with the rush season. Yeah, me too. I think once, couple things. First of all, I made some wonderful choices this year. I had chosen to, of course, like, I knew that I was gonna have the busy season this year. I like the headdress, reminds me of Padme. It does have a bit of that vibe, yeah.
May I ask a favor of you?
Sure,
May I
why
ask
not?
a favor of you?
You want to go to tea with me? Ah, dear, I have to go to tea with the Pope.
I'm pleased to have been invited.
Padme-ass character
I
design.
am grateful.
But yeah, with my work right now, I made a wonderful choice where I was like, hey, I'm gonna start like a major project that will take a lot of my time.
Of course.
And as it turns out, I've been just kind of burning myself out on both ends, so it's gonna be nice to have like a break, I think, coming into the new year, because my PTO will re-up, and I'm just gonna take a week off of work, so I just can relax.
Yes. Is that so?
I do not care
Yes.
if I upset you. Sorry, Pope. We don't have much to say to one another.
How quickly this delightful time has passed.
Don't lie to me,
However,
you hated that.
We must return to our work.
However, we must return to our work. Please go away.
I appreciate your effort.
I appreciate your effort. Every part of this was just low-key the Pope telling me I'm shit. Reminds me of Catholic school. A thing I never went to.
Well,
Oh, Professor, are you looking for Captain Gerald? I just saw him in the Knight's Hall a little while ago. He was
Oh.
talking with a female knight, but I didn't get a good look at who she was.
And it wasn't me!
Hey, I hope we get a chance to practice together when you find— I know I'm in a different class, but you're the only other person here who's learned from Captain Gerald. Oh, Professor, he was talking with—
Let's see, do I have anything that you would want? Interested in tea, feels deeply repentant, particularly about fashion. Literally none of these things are for you. Yeah. I'm gonna not ask you. I have bigger machinations. Like this character's design, good hair, IMO. Leonie?
Professor.
Yeah, she's not bad. She keeps the party normal for the most part, because everyone else is kind of out there. Yes, Leonie. Yeah. Leonie's good stuff.
Oh,
She,
Gerald? He said something about visiting a grave. There's a graveyard attached to the monastery, so you'll probably find him there. I can't remember where the graveyard is, but I bet Sedith knows.
Leonie has her edges, but she's a pretty stand-up girl.
Yes.
Leonie has the tomboy look that I appreciate. It ages like a fine wine. There's a...
Okay.
Spoilers, there's a small time skip in this game and everyone gets like a soft redesign. It only gets better. Female knight spotted.
Hey, you.
I
I can see you have a type, Plank.
We're back. Ah, the graveyard. Of course I know it. It can be a little hard to find. Would you like me to show you where it is?
Yes.
Very well.
You've discerned Gerald's whereabouts. You can now view his location on the map. Huzzah! I'm gonna go visit First Dad. To go and hang out at a grave. Oh, God.
Hello.
Dad, what are we doing at a grave? I'm so concerned.
Hi.
First Dad, what are we doing here?
Hey, I wanted to ask you to join me, but I couldn't find you. So, here I am. I was thinking we should visit your mother. She's resting beneath this humble grave.
Oh, God. Why is her grave here?
Oh, of course you would ask that. I wouldn't know where to begin. I suppose I haven't talked much about her.
Yeah, you really
She
haven't.
was gentle and smart. Oh, so smart. A wonderful cook. Always kind to everyone. And she loved flowers. Whenever I brought her back an unusual flower, her face would light up. I cherish those memories. I can't count how many times she made me happy just by smiling.
Also, why doesn't your character wear the coat properly? It's called fashion. Ugh. Yeah, no, I don't get the coat either. It's like a cross between like a cape and a robe, but it like doesn't even try to meet in the middle. The male one isn't that great either. All these years later, and his hair is still whack to me. It makes a bit of sense. He's rocking a mullet. He's bringing the 80s back. And he just likes to keep it all professional, so he just wears it in a braid. Delinquent dad? Nice. Yeah, he's a church rebel.
And she smiled the most when she was pregnant with you. She died right after you were born. She wasn't able to spend much time with you.
That's
But she
sad.
loved you with all her heart. That's the truest thing I know. Never forget it. This ring is the only keepsake I have of her. In time, it will be yours. One day, I hope you'll give this ring to someone you love as well as I love her.
Aww. I have to find someone who'll love me, though.
Well done. You have my thanks.
I know who will love me. It's so hard, though. I'm torn, you see. I've been hinting at this for a while, but I find myself torn. On the one hand, Edelgard is a classic. She's a class act. She's powerful. She wields enormous authority, and also her hair is perfect. On the other hand, Hanneman, Silver Fox, gorgeous man, giant dork. Everything I could ask for. How will I ever choose?
What?
Hair is very important. They both have really good hair, and like, Hanneman's beard, it's just just classic academia looking beard. He's a suave man. He's a suave, learned man who's very prim and proper. But Dorky BF is always a win. Yeah. Time for an illit sandwich, methinks. God, I wish. I can't... They won't let me sandwich between... They won't let me sandwich between the Empress and my... and the teacher that is like... that's like 30 years older than me. It's an utter travesty. I don't know how I'm supposed to live in this life like this. I'm just tired of being so oppressed. I need to have a better plan for how I'm gonna tackle this. Lysithia, you like that. Lawrence, Hannah, man, this'll work.
Lysithia, do you like this kind of food? How is the seasoning? Is it hot enough?
Hey, the professor is right here. Can you please stop paying me so much attention?
Oh, I forgot something important. Also. Oh. Well, that's a fun one to witness at some point. Vampire girl? She is not a vampire girl, but she is...
My mistake.
But her character does play with the boundaries of life. Alright. We'll plant these. I'm just gonna do some swift cultivation. And we'll peek back in a bit.
It's awful. Just awful what happened with the rite of rebirth. The infirmary. Well, it was a mess.
I can
Things
imagine.
are finally calm again. And so I've come here
But also
to
an
unwind.
infirmary, typically.
Let me tell you, I put
is
all of my
more likely
knowledge
to
to
be a
use
mess
keeping
than
those
not.
kids alive. Still, the truth of it is that when someone faces death for the first time, well, they figure out who they are. They learn if they can do it again. We can't lose them, Professor. Not to battle or to cowardice. If you can keep them going, then I will too.
Take her coat, it's much better. I'm considering it. I do like her coat. I will protect them. I am tempted to go faculty training for this.
I still have much to learn.
Also, I ought to take up lances.
I'm not secretly eating cake.
I'll take your word
You're
for it.
getting pretty good at talking through the door, Professor.
Here's your bravery herbs. Get
Thank you.
brave. Take your bravery herbs and shut up. I would never talk to her like that. She's my precious bean.
swinging a sword about in the Holy Mausoleum? The potential for damage is too great to imagine.
It
I
certainly
sincerely hope
is.
the saints' coffins were not damaged.
They
Were
did.
you using magic? I've heard you weren't, but it's torture not being able to go inside the Holy Mausoleum for an entire year.
Yeah, you're gonna have to sort that one out for yourself, I guess.
I'll gladly take this.
Yeah, take your
I appreciate
enlightening
your
herbs. Tasty baked treat. I wonder. Lycia! There you are.
Aristocrats are fools, allowing their lives to be dictated by their crests.
There's a
Though,
bit.
I suppose I am much the same in that regard.
So as the teacher, when do you teach? I will show you in a hot sec, but first, I must
For me?
feed
I love
my
it.
student. Come join me on a mission. Encyclopedia, sweet.
Aristocrat, though. Hey! That's mine! Thank you for finding it!
Enjoy. We gotta be near and close for you. Don't worry, I'm just gonna pump this until I can't anymore. Here.
For me?
Love me. Damn you. Anyway, I think it's time to start teaching. Alright. This week's instruction is about to begin. Choose your method of instruction. I will instruct manually. Alright, so now we go in here and we give individual instructions to our students per the number we have up there. So right now I'm trying to remember what I'm training people on. Sylvain, you are a lancy horsey fella. Theoretically, you could be probably okay at other stuff, but man, I don't know. I'm not gonna start with you. I'm gonna start with Bernadetta.
I did pretty.
Let's train up that axe.
I think I got it.
You're about to be really good with axes, and I'm really happy about it. You got your Pegasus stuff. Sorry, your Wyvern stuff. How foolish of me. Fuck it. Let's see what this looks like.
Hey, that was useful. I thought this was a test. All right, that's enough praise.
And Petra. Your axes are good. So I'm gonna level your... Let's start with
You have my... I work to grow.
Now let's go into your bow.
You have...
I've got one more, which I might as well throw on. Ichigo, dude without the cool sword or swag. Yeah, he is a lot less cool than Ichigo, because he's kind of a consummate womanizer, which is the only reason he joined my class, as it turns out. As it turns out, if you just play as the woman character, you just get him. He just joins. Like, if you ask him, he'll just join your class. He's like, oh, girls. He's not a bad unit. So there's that. He's replacing the guy that I ended up getting killed. Who was also a Lance guy. But he's probably going to be a better Lance guy.
He's all in hand.
Nice.
Ah, it's clear to me now.
Well,
flattery will get you nowhere.
Hit me up, Machiavelli.
You're...
Sorry, Machiavelli-san. Because he's a little anime boy. We're sitting pretty nice on a lot of these right now. What are my... Oh, my bows are looking a little sparse right now. But that's fine. This is fine. We'll make do. You got a student killed? How do you have a job? well, let me put it this way. The church knows what they're getting into, and they expect this shit. Technically, he's not dead yet. He just sits around on, like, broken leg duty, and will die later, off screen. Oh cool, who died? Oh cool, who died? It was Ferdinand. Ferdinand von Eyre. Which is deeply unfortunate. It's okay, they're not dead yet, they just have a few more months to live. Exactly. They're fine for now, they just won't be fine in like a couple of months. He was Ferdinand von Eyre. He was. It's even worse, bro. Suffering in intensive care. Yeah, I mean, he's walking around. He's hanging out with horses. He's doing it. He's living his best life. But he is fated to die now. Welcome aboard, Gunner Sacksmith. Arm the main cannons. We're going in. Ferd dead. Shame. Yeah, it's... I'm not surprised it happened, because typically I am very, in the early game is really hard for me, because I have a tendency to play very aggressive, and then I just kind of find that I'm overextended, and then people die. So typically, my way to deal with that is that I will use a lot of the Divine Pulse, and then slowly try to learn, hey, chill the fuck out. But you only get so many in the first parts of the game, so it was bound that someone would suffer, and it had to be Ferdy. Which is sad, because I had great plans for him. Alright, you are almost there on axes. You are good in basically everything you're doing right now. Actually, let's keep you on that, because I don't remember how much you need for Dark Flyer. Otherwise, I think most of this is good. Yeah. Let us begin the lecture.
May I ask a question, Professor?
Sorry, but you should probably just skip me. I don't have a question to ask. How would I even think of one? You just did.
You're a genius!
I sure am. I'm a C-ranked professor. And I can deploy adjutants. I'm still upset about my first ever run where Caspar died in the tutorial training battle against the church before you get Divine Pulse, where I thought it was another mock battle and you didn't realize he was gone until after the battle. Oh no! Oh no! How did this happen? So you get a student crippled, but the church is like, yeah, that's fine, as long as the whole class isn't dead. Yes, exactly. This church is very unscrupulous. You'll find that some of my students agree, and we're making a plan for it. One kid dead? That's a passing grade at this institution. Ooh, master classes have been unlocked, and your recipe book for cooking together is expanded. I already know how adjutants work. No, you will still learn how to ride and you will like it. I played aggressive and overextended and didn't realize the church would try to actually lethally injure my students. Yeah, that's a rough one, buddy. As it turns out, there is no mercy in the church. God, what would you like? I can't remember.
You
We'll try
asked me
this.
here for a reason, yeah? Well, at the very least, this should be interesting. Thanks.
Offer tea. That should have been my first hint. Can't trust the church, man.
Tasty.
Sorry, I mean, we love the church here, and we will absolutely stand for, very ethical, Pope Lady.
That's so.
You don't seem interested in that topic.
That's so.
Oh, no.
Uh-huh.
Yuri, no! I tried so hard!
Cool. Thanks for the treat, friend. Let's do this again sometime, yeah?
God damn it. I'm okay bungling it with the Murder Pope, but I'm not okay bungling it with you.
Constance, do you think you'll be able to work in your present condition?
Let us hope that I prove no barrier to accomplishing our given task.
Indeed. Let's just get through this as best we can, shall we?
A matchless accomplishment, yes? Take note, Your Highness.
You are most fascinating. With that attitude, I feel confident your
Oh,
house
that's
will
the
be
first
restored
time
in
you
no
guys have
time.
had a successful, sky duty. I don't remember what it's called.
How long will this take?
I think I got it.
Nice.
I'm closing in on expertise.
A bit more skill never hurt anyone.
It is still far from enough.
She has the level 1 hair drills. She do. She do. Also, like, her under hair is purple, and that's cool. I called it under hair. God, I'm such a... That's such a goofy way to describe that. What the fuck? Alright, I have to do... Alright, I still only have 1 day's worth of stuff, right? Alright, I'm not gonna do that this week, because I have to do a whole nother... Under hair? Underwear! You were eating under hair? I hear that's a medical issue. You should probably get that sorted out. Ah yes, my highlights under the hair. That is probably the more accurate way to describe that. Yeah, but you know how you have hair underneath your hair? And then some extra hair? Yeah.
My mistake.
That's the ticket. I find the idea unsettling. I find you unsettling.
It's awful. Just things are
You are not the person I wanted to talk to.
My mistake.
Hell yeah.
Hi. No.
Alright. Ooh, white trout. Pond snail. Look at all these things I've gathered. Hehehe. Oh, 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 oh. Lysithia and... I think you're the only one I'm getting out of that, so... Why don't we raise you up? We'll raise you up! Because it'll be easier on me.
Eating delicious food really takes my worries away.
I've eaten many meals in my time, but this is divine.
Hello. I'm glad you like the food. Please. Why? You curse me. I like that you have neutral with basically everyone. Yeah, so... in fairness... it's a little different than that. What these are is it's more like, what those were is it's more like, what they prefer for their food. But in that case, that was kind of like the supports that I have so far, which is to say that, like, they are... if it's C rank, we're, like, kind of friends. If we're, like, B rank, we're really good friends.
Yep.
And I'm really trying to pump up those friendships right now with the students that are not in my class, because sometimes they'll just be like, "Hi, I want to join your class." And I would just like them to come and join my class. That's all I'm saying. Life would be easier if they just joined my class.
Aristocrats, though.
I mean, I guess you can
But
have
since
this.
you arrived, it's been one thing after another. Is it? Oh, I thought school, but since...
Oh, you don't even want this. Alright. Why wouldn't they want to go to class? They flunk.
Professor!
You'd be shocked. Some of them just, some of them, it's a gig that they're up to from their parents. The commoners always want to succeed. The nobles, take it or leave it. Come here. We're gonna make some jelly.
Cooking is easy once you understand the basics. Let's, not use that vegetable. Technically it's edible, but it's not highly favored. I see.
Cool. Do you... No! Fine. I think I'm gonna do the other supports later. What is Lysithia cooking? Jelly! We're making jelly together. On the stove. With an open flame. There's nothing that could possibly go wrong with that. Do not worry. Everything is under control. Also, I should buy a lance for myself. Should make my life a whole lot easier.
Will this one do? Many thanks. Come back soon.
Store it. And then we'll add a lance. Looked like Luffy cooking. I am not very familiar with One Piece, so the reference is a little lost on me. But I take it he's not a very adept cook. That's how come he has a ship cook. Curry comb? What? Oh, curly comb.
Hail, Professor. I may have slowed a step in recent years, but I pledge to you the full extent of my abilities. No, Professor. The pleasure is all mine.
It's good to meet you, Gilbert. I'm sorry for talking over your lines, but I really don't care what you have to say.
Hello?
Hello!
For a hero's relic to be stolen, it's unheard of.
And just last month, the sword of the creator was almost stolen too.
Yeah.
Also quite unheard of. What impudence.
For House Gautier to invite us onto their land, they must be desperate.
Yeah,
but at least we'll have the stalwart knights ready to stand around and watch us do all the work.
Ah, Hubert just low-key, just digging. Go on, dig into them. I don't care.
A lost item. For a hero's...
And
also...
For House, but at least we'll...
Sorry, I think this knife
that is mine.
yours.
Thank you. Where did you find it?
Just on the ground. I am sipping cherry coke and eating chimkin and dumplings. Oh, that sounds really good. I can go for some good shicks. I should cook some chicken this week. That sounds really good. I want to do something different with it, though, because I always do the same things with it. Oh my god, Mr. Edgelord, you don't know the half of it. He is so edgy. It's cold. No! Oh no, I'm sorry, Lane. I'm sorry your food's cold. Cherry Coke is good shit. God, I wish I could have... I don't have too much for soda. Anyway, this is the man who is dead. He is dead. Forget you saw this man. But like, the Coke is like the cherry with the Coke is the good part of it. It's got like a nice little like hint of sweet flavor. It's like a little bit of spice. It's nice. It's like the appeal of Dr. Pepper with an edge. It's good shit. Like, sure, you can just get, like, cherry Fanta, but the experience is not the same.
Okay.
It's also cherry Dr. Pepper. If you would like to double your cherry, then I suppose there is. feels like cherry Dr. Pepper would just be too dang sweet.
Okay.
I know it exists, because I've had it. Typically, I'm just like a sucker for cherry flavor anyway, so... At least there was. There still is. I like my Dr. Pepper with cherry and vanilla.
Hi there.
It's a little bit of smoothness. It's real nice. God, what was I doing? Oh, yes. I have done all I can to try to woo Lysithea, so now the main goal is going to be... see if I can't find another owl feather. If I can't, then I'm just gonna get my stuff and go. I'm gonna go talk to the people that will train me in lances, and then fuck off.
Hello.
Oh yeah, I should check the basement. People are crazy for not just drinking Diet Pepsi and being happy. No shade to Diet Pepsi, but I feel like it's distinctly hard to be happy and drink Diet Pepsi. As someone who definitely drinks a good amount of diet soda, it is... to get into it, it takes a couple of steps, because it is a downgrade. It's like a hollow sweetness. It's like a sweetness you can feel leaving as you're going. It's like flat, but carbonated. It's
like this.
It just upsets me often.
Really?
And like, I drink diet soda on the reg, mostly for my own like dietary purposes, because soda's hard to cut out for me, and this is an easy compromise. But it is... but some days I'm like, man, I wish I could go back to the sugary days of yore. UK stuff probably tastes different than American. I definitely guarantee that, because, like, American products will use high fructose corn syrup. Which, quite frankly, as a soda lover, high fructose corn syrup is absurdly overrated, and I think actually takes away from any drink it's a part of. And most foods. Real sugar is the way to go. Because what you get when you have soda that just has high fructose corn syrup in it is you just get this heavy liquid that seems to like grate on the back of your throat like shards of glass. It's awful. I hate it. High fructose corn syrup sucks, and I'm so sad that America just has like a frickin' fixation on it. Of course, I'm not even like dealing in like just like average sugar anymore. I'm mostly just all in on the stevia train. And you can have your opinions on like stevia or aspartame or such, but like,
right,
they do the job. Stevia does it a bit better than like other more artificial sweeteners, but it's like sugar alternatives are just gonna sugar alternative. They aren't very exciting.
Really?
What?
What?
Hey, you.
Hey, you.
Really? Yes.
What was I? Alright, I can't find any more owl feathers, so I'm gonna go talk to... Oh god, I forgot a quest! Ah. Don't worry, I'll be right back. Fear not, citizens.
You have helped me so much.
Hell yeah, there we go. Now it's time to raise up the saint statues.
Need something?
Oh, I do have enough. Let's go.
This one? This one?
Yes.
You're all this one?
Yes.
You're all set. This one?
Yes.
You're all set. This one?
Yes again.
You're all set. This one? You're all set.
Am I gonna have enough for all these?
This one? You're all set.
Because I want to at least get to, like... I'm gonna... Well, let's hold off on that, because I want to at least get... Okay, I got the one that I want. If I can get up to Divine Pulse for each of these, that will be nice.
You're all set.
Fish! This one? You're all set.
This one? You're all set.
You're all set.
This one?
This one?
You're all
You're
set.
all set.
This one? You're all set. This one? You're all set. This one?
They don't expect the voice acting. Why is so shocked? They aren't expecting anyone to care about statues, I guess.
This one?
I don't know.
You're all... This one?
Alright, that's what I got.
You're
for
all
now.
set.
And that's all I really need at the moment.
See
I
you
can
again
get the rest
soon.
later.
Professor?
Now I have to go find my Lance buddy. Teach me lances, Papa. Dad number one, please teach me lances.
That's so.
I have to go find him. Here he is. Dad number one, please teach me lances. Heck
Practice.
yeah. Oh, I thought there was something over here. Oh, good, it's just my imagination. Okay, I got 2 lances. Might as well just go talk to Manuela and get my...
It's things are...
Teach me to fly.
My mistake.
Let's end free time. More teaching. Also, I think it's about time we can change up group tasks, yeah? Sylvain. Bernadetta, why don't you both get together? But not that way. Hell yeah. Alright. I'm just gonna pump your axes a bit more. Once we get you to see him sitting pretty.
Go on, sing my praises again. Cat.
And I think we can get your last... There we go!
This will be of use.
It certainly will.
I'm improving.
Nicely done.
I won't forget all I've learned. Nothing worth Praise isn't necessary, really.
But you deserve it,
Nothing worth
lady.
celebrating. I'm improving.
Okay. Linhart, regrettably, you are the only one I can train. I do not wish to do it.
What? Not a total waste. Failure. I'm not used to that.
Yeah, I suppose you aren't. Cool. That's all the training I can do right now, so we'll just begin the lecture.
Professor?
No. Do what I say. Leonie's birthday! Supposed to tea party.
Thanks for inviting me.
Thanks.
This is great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A strong battalion. Oh, you liked that. There we go. Now I'm getting in the groove. Close calls. Yeah. Look at me. I'm a natural talker. Pay no attention to all of my failings earlier. Mighty weapons.
Don't throw away anything that's still usable, okay? I'll take whatever you don't need.
There we go. Yeah, I'll give you anything, boss. Oh, look at that! Now that's what we call a perfect tea time.
Thanks for the tea. Invite me by again sometime.
Sure thing. Sure thing, Leonie. You and Dad number 1 get along really well, so I should be friendly with you. Oh! We're improving our relationship with Leonie, I see.
Oh, Professor, are you training too? I was just about to finish up, but if you want to join in, I can stick around a while longer.
Yeah, let's give it a go. You don't have to stay just for me.
Oh no, it's fine. Just do your thing. Don't mind me. Come on, don't be shy.
What's with her glove? What's with her gloves? Archer? Even though her outfit is for brawler? She specializes in horses and bows, so it is more of an so she is more of an archer than she is a brawler. But technically, you can build anyone to be anything in this game. I will probably stick with her specialty of horses and bow, because I like her that way.
I was already training when you got here, and I finished right alongside you. Guess I outlasted you, huh?
Okay. It's not a competition.
Speak for yourself. I'm always looking to improve. By the way, Professor, something I wanted to ask.
Ask me whatever you want.
Are you really Captain Gerald's kid?
I don't know.
That's a pretty detached tone to take about your own family. What's your opinion of him, then? You must look up to him, at least.
I respect him, of course.
It doesn't sound like you really appreciate him.
Jesus.
You didn't even know until you came here that he used to lead the Knights of Seros, did you? If it weren't for him, you wouldn't be half the person you are now. You've probably never even thought about how lucky you are.
Oh my god.
Okay, this really bothers me.
Please stop scolding me about death
I don't
number
care
1.
if you're the teacher and I'm the student. I'm going to outshine you. I know you were some famous mercenary before you came here, but let me tell you something.
Girl.
I'm going to be better than you ever were.
Girl.
In fact, I'll surpass you in no time at all. So don't blink.
Stop roasting her. She's already dead. Girl, he doesn't even notice you. What are you doing? Girl, I had tea with you on your birthday. What do you want?
Yeah, that'll work.
We did it!
Heck yeah. Proud of you both. But mostly you, Bernadetta.
I'm getting it.
Alright, I'm gonna do a bit of a skirmish sort of thing. Specifically, I'm gonna clear the way. Oh my god, she's having a go at you for not knowing that your dad went to get milk. It is worth noting that that guy with the braid that I was talking to is like my actual dad. The joke I have in this game is that I have 3 dads. He is my first dad. The green-haired guy who told me to go find my dad is my 3rd dad, and there's a guy you haven't met yet who is a jovial brown-haired fella who is my 2nd dad. This is getting out of hand. Now there are 3 of them. Alright, I'm gonna go in for the fight now. Who do we have with us? Linhardt, sit out. Because I don't like you. Mostly. You can heal up Caspar because he soaks damage like a fucking idiot. Wait a minute. No! You can't get access to Bishop, can you? Hold on. I'm gonna exit out. Yes, I'm gonna return to menu. Okay. I have to level you out of your class, Linhardt, because this is egregious. I can't let you just sit here and do this forever. Casper from DXD? No, Caspar! You know, as in he fights people. He spars. An easy mistake to make. I think, I don't know.
I passed? Well done, me.
Nice. You're like slightly better than you used to be. I'm really proud of you.
I passed thanks to you, Professor.
It's all thanks to me. I did this to you. And I think I'm gonna go... You're Myrmidon, right? Yeah, that's what I thought. Nice.
I have success.
Yes, let's change you to the new class. And I think otherwise everyone is good to go. So let's go fight! It's time to clear the way. Clear me on the way! On the way. Clear me on my way! Clear me on the way! Alright, now let's take a look at stuff. So I got you out here. I would really like every single one of you to get ranks. Scythia, you're gonna be sitting close to me this entire fight because I'm going to give you enough stuff to love me. So I think I'm gonna let you sit out Dorothea and we'll have Sylvain in instead. Just so I get a feel for you. Get a good idea of where to go from
Welcome!
here. Let's replenish the battalions. Nice, nice, nice.
Come back soon!
And then I will save here just in case. Now let's go in for the fight.
Stay focused.
Alright, you wait here.
Leave it to me.
Come here.
Oh no.
I will prevail.
I will get the victory.
I'm on it. As you wish.
It's not gonna really matter if I do that right now.
Sure thing.
Sally forth!
Put me in there!
I'm surprised you're feeling good right now, Constance. By the way, Elif, would it be fine if I made fan art of your model while working on my VTuber practice? Don't feel comfy using other models' designs for practice without consent. I'm gonna put this as simply as I can. If you do fan art of me, I am more than happy for you to do fan art of me. You can clip this if you want. I am more than happy for anyone to make fan art of Illith. I'm very okay with it. But I appreciate you asking. Yeah, go ahead. I really appreciate it, Lane. I look forward to seeing it. Go get that victory, Petra. Oh, it's like Symphony of War? I am a little unfamiliar with Symphony of War, but yeah, it's like a tactical RPG with like sort of like a grid-based sort of thing. But also it has a lot of social elements that I've been futzing about with. We'll tag you if it comes through right now. Still working on my Krampus waifu. No problem. I am honored you would consider me for fan art, honestly.
I just worked harder.
Let's gambit you.
It's time.
And we'll just have you come in and like shoot him.
I thought I was dead.
Nice. Because I'm a stinky Grinch. Honestly, someone who's worked in retail long enough, Christmas, I can't say I'm a fan. So I don't blame you. Christmas got too much stank on it for me to be a fan anymore. I'm thinking we just go in with your steel axe and we just lay them up. Oh. That's some hefty damage.
One step at a time.
Enjoy giving gifts, but man, does some of it drag on. The gift giving is my favorite part of the season. Everything else that surrounds it is awful. Like, I am a person who is just very, I am a person who, is one, very bad at being humble, and two, feels like I have a very good, grasp on giving gifts. It's kind of like a skill I take pride in, but, the Christmas season takes it out of me. Because it's me trying to be on overdrive for people I just don't have as much patience for as I have been. The amount I've listened to the same 4 Christmas tracks is particularly psychological torture. Ah, no, that's a vibe. It's that, like... That's like that retail hell pit where you're hearing the same 6 songs over and over again. Every single day, and it never ever lets up. So I get you. I've experienced that. I felt that one deep in my spirit. And we'll give you a little bit of a tap. Oh yeah, the holiday, forcing you to interact with humans and make you want to do the strangling. It's a little less that for me and more that I just have. Not to get too weird about it, but like, I have weirdness with my family. It's not anything too serious, but it's like me complexes that I just have to like get over. Also, they're hard to gift shop for. My family, me being no exception, all have expensive hobbies. So, so it's hard to find stuff sometimes. I gave up on Christmas and tell people that the Buddhist now nobody gives me stuff and I don't have to give. That's the vibe I've considered before, but like, for me, part of me participating in the holidays is the people around me care about it, so I will. Like, if I didn't have that in my life, I just don't think I would as much, but like, there's people I care about, I obviously want to keep them around, so I'm gonna participate. And I don't mind that. I don't mind doing it for them. It's probably not something I'd do on my own at this point, though. God, I'm so festive in the Christmas season. How could I be like this? Oh my goodness.
You underestimated me.
I enjoy seeing folks smile, and I do the good gifting, so I don't mind that. Yeah, that's how I feel about it, too. Like, I have a me particularly, when I am trying, like, as, like, kind of my way of showing appreciation to people, I just like getting them gifts. It's, like, intrinsic to me. And I have a bunch of friends now who hate that. So I've had to try to so I've tried to, like, train myself out of it, and it feels very not me, so it's a little weird. I'm easy, though. Just buy me a VPET's TCG packs or plushies. That does make it a lot easier. Yeah. Like, I guess, too, for me, it's like, I am also a hard person to shop for. Because I too have expensive taste, because I'm a monster that loves, like, miniature games and board games and stuff. And like, ooh, have you ever seen a cheap miniature? Have you ever seen a cheap miniature or anything? I bet you haven't. Bet you if you're telling me you have, you're lying.
Got him!
Yeah! Way to go, Bernie. See, my plastic addiction is the affordable Japanese kind. Gunpla, my beloved. I've considered getting into Gunpla, but like... I need the like tiny art project that comes with being a Warhammer nerd, because it's kind of a self-expression thing for me too. I want to get into it more at some point, but like, I'm thinking once I sort out like how I paint, I'm gonna maybe try to do like hand cam crafts, but we'll see how that goes. I'll have to probably make an entirely new setup, and that's gonna be a pain and a half. Cause like right now, I am running short on space where my computer is at, so it's gonna be hard to figure that one out. You'd be amazed by how, I mean, the same type of diorama and creativity is present in Gunpla too. You'd be amazed by what foes make.
I lost. Not me. Never me.
No, Caspar! Yeah, I guess I'm just not too familiar with Gunpla. It just seems so different than what I'm used to.
Predictable.
So it's a little bit of a different thing. I'm on my way to do some gift shopping right now. Gonna listen to the stream while I'm out. No problem. Thanks for the lurk, Stacksmith. What army are you going to get? So I kind of go into detail with it on like a very old Blue Sky post that I have, but I have a lot of armies already, and I have a lot of armies already. The ones that I have are currently Chaos Space Marines. Specifically, I play them as Word Bearers. I have Tau.
I will get the victory.
And I am currently in the process of trying to get stuff together for an Imperial Guard army. But I want to do some custom work on it, where I'm gonna make so, if you're familiar with Tabletop, they divide the different regiments into different unit types. So I'm gonna make my Catechins into Beastmen, because that way I won't have to try to hunt down Catechin models, and also I can have a nice little custom thing that works for my army that's like got my little spin on it, so it'll be fun. So I have piles of Cadians that I can just split them apart. I personally love the 7-Eleven Gundam design folks do. I'm a little, I'm not too familiar with Gunpla, so it would be interesting to see some stuff for that. The easiest way I can explain is a Bionicle for grown-ups that you paint and customize yourself. Oh! Oh, well shit! That doesn't sound too bad.
Sure
yeah,
thing.
That sounds like it could be fun.
Sally forth!
So nerds, weebs, and gigachads. Yeah. Yeah, basically. Basically. I used to have... over the last couple of years, the group I'm playing with, I dabbled in a lot of different factions too. Like, I still have... I used to play Imperial Knights, but I recently sold most of that off. I used to play Leagues of Votan, but I did not like the way that army played after a bit, and I just sold off the bulk of what I had. I used to play Space Marines, but then when 10th came out, they killed all my favorite parts of Space Marines, so I sold off my Space Marines. And way back in the day, I used to play Necrons, but I realized I don't care for Necrons anymore, so I gave them to someone else, and then I exchanged my Chaos Demons for the Tau I have right now.
Stay focused.
Leave it to me.
Think this through.
There we go.
Your defeat was inevitable.
Yeah, it's just a really in-depth Lego kit that you paint like a mini afterward. It's a bit less messy, so that's nice. But like, I'm not gonna lie, I do like a bit of the mess that comes with building Warhammer models. Gives character or something, I don't know.
Oh no.
Don't care for my angry old man robots? Yeah, yeah, don't care for my angry old man robots. I don't mind Imperial Knights, but my big thing is that I found myself in a state where I was like, I like this army. I have wanted to play this army since I was a child because I was a giant, like, background 40k nerd, and at the time, when I started in 5th edition, there were no knights. But the problem I found is that in my casual games, it was almost impossible to bring a knight army. While it was cheap to get, it always felt bad to bring it to people because it's like, I'm gonna bring a vehicle SKU list. Hope you brought anything to deal with that. And the answer is, like, most people don't have stuff for that. So it always felt kinda, like, cheesy. And so I kinda stopped playing knights as a consequence of that, and I'm like, well, I could have a couple, and I could be comfortable with the ones I have. So I have a Crusader, and I have an unassembled Lancer that I will build at some point, but not right now.
I'm on it.
But speaking of 40k, I encountered a big game-breaking bugs in Chapter 4 of Rogue Trader and had to stop so things could get patched. It was very sad. No! I knew this was gonna happen. It's an Alcat game, what can I expect? It's gonna be a buggy mess, of course. I love you, Alcat. You do wonderful work, but every single time. Game bugged. Game bugged. I used to get Tau and Necrons, but now I just make my perfect Emperor's Children. Ooh. 30k or 40k? Yeah, there's multiple game-breaking, save-breaking bugs past Chapter 4, and several endings are bugged. Aw, that's really sad. It's not... I'm not surprised by it, but it is very sad. Because, like, up until now, Rogue Trader, as far as I can tell, is the least buggy, like, launch experience for an Alcat game that I've seen. So I'm a little sad about that. Also, soft updates on that. I do intend to keep streaming Rogue Trader, but probably not for much longer. The pace at which I like going through those games is not conducive to streaming that I'm figuring out. So I will likely just kind of start playing on my own and might just, like, pick it up for, like, like, might start playing that save on my own and, like, pick it up for stream every now and then, interspersed when I'm feeling the bug. But, I can't reserve it solely for stream, obviously, because I think I'm gonna lose track of time. But I will be playing that again probably Friday, maybe Thursday. Very maybe Thursday, because I am trying to sort out what's happening with House Christmas stuff for my housemates and I. And that might interfere with some things. But we shall see. There will be Rogue Trader this week.
My heart is full of victory.
Hell. Look at that heart. It's victorious. Surprise! You were probably expecting it. Okay, and we send you there. 40k, but only because I use a standard model for Fulgrim, and hopefully he gets a loyal OG E-model since the clone escaped.
Should I have held back?
Oh, are you doing, like, loyalist and children? Because that's really cool, too.
As expected.
I think it would be really cool if they brought Clone Grim back, but I have my doubts, because I know the way that GWB. In fairness, though, I never expected them to ever bring back any of the Primarchs. So, you know, egg on my face. We'll see how things land in, like, 5 years' time. I had a friend suggest doing a co-op stream of Rogue Trader, and I had to sit them down and explain that it took us 2 hours to complete the prologue of Coffin of Andy and Laylee, and that there's no way a CRPG stream won't die in Act 1. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm discovering. I think I like playing those games, and I will probably play more, like, CRPGs on stream, but I will not play them through their entirety. I will probably only play them through, like, a specific amount. And that was originally going to be my plan with Rogue Trader. It's probably still largely going to be my plan with it, but we'll see. We shall see. I have finished my errands. Imagine how long they'd be with more people making decisions. I will say, I've been doing, so a lot of you who are in here right now probably don't know this, but, I'm gonna talk to you in a bit, but, a friend of mine, who I have, before I started streaming on here, friend of mine, Lilu Clary, and, Hedgewitch Wren and her husband Liam Clary, we would go, we had a Baldur's Gate co-op, collab stream that we were doing for a bit. I think we're going to be going back to that at some point, but that game goes a lot quicker than you would expect with, collab partners. Which might be the platonic ideal of a CRPG co-op. I don't think that it holds as well for other games necessarily, but because that game is like both fully voice acted and you can do a lot of stuff independently from each other, I think it lends itself well to being played co-op and still being pretty manageable. And who knows, we might still get a good distance on that. Anyway, Lysithia wants to speak with me.
Professor, thank you for helping me with my training.
Absolutely. Anytime.
I'd love to do this again if possible. Your advice is always so useful.
I'm glad
Everyone
you think
thinks
so.
you're a wonderful teacher. You account for people's weaknesses while capitalizing on their strengths.
Oh, well, thank you.
Initially, I wasn't sure you paid too much attention to your students. Clearly, I was wrong.
Yeah, you
After
were.
all, were that the case, you wouldn't be capable of providing such useful feedback.
Precisely.
I'll continue to learn and grow from your instruction, Professor. I just know it.
Mm-hmm. You're quite determined.
You think I'm determined?
Yes, you're always pushing yourself.
Professor, thank you. You're the only one who's ever praised me like that. I mean, people are always telling me I've got a knack for magic. If you can call the power of my crests a knack, they aren't wrong per se.
Crests?
Bearing 2 crests isn't a gift I ever asked for.
Oh, heck.
Anyhow, I've made a point to work harder than most and not rely too heavily on the power they bestow. So I find it frustrating that the only praise I seem to receive is directly related to that power. If you've noticed how hard I work, then, well, it makes me very happy.
I'm just glad that you're being acknowledged, Lysithea. You poor girl.
Well, you see, it is because I am the only child of House Ordelia. I must do all I can for my family name. I'm determined to someday be of real value to them, and that day must come soon. I can't waste any time. I don't have much of it left.
Oh no.
Anyway, I
The
should be going. Thank you again for your help.
I like painting the slight purple change down the middle and the dark marks, the chaos taint ain't his left on the uncorrupted parts. I get that. I have a lot of aspirations for my word bearer's army. I have a bad habit where I get a lot of models and then I forget to paint them. Most of my model collection is fully based and like base coated, but it is not it's not painted, which is a me problem. But I have ideas for my word bearers, and what I ended up doing for them is I wanted to kind of play up the idea of them being like preachers that are more likely to that are more presentable to people, because if they just come out looking like an abomination from hell with like horns and shit growing from their head, people are going to look at them and be like, oh no, that's some bad shit. So a lot of them are like using like old like beakies. I think it's, God, what mark is that? It's like 5 or 6. I am bad with power armor marks, as it turns out. I'm using a lot of the Horus Heresy beakies. That's the point. But I'm using a lot of like older models that kind of look like they could be, like, if you squint at them, they could look like they're loyalists, so that they look a bit more presentable when they're coming to meet people. But also I run like piles of accursed cultists and possessed, because I like word bearers, and I specifically like the angle of them being like devoted preachers of madness that are not themselves mad. It's very cool to me. Oh, and Linhart wants to talk to me too.
Well, hello, Professor. You came all the way to my room to... Oh. You've brought the materials from your lecture I slept through. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Oh my goodness, Linhart. Don't miss the lectures.
It's not that I want to miss lectures. Exactly. Drowsiness is my arch nemesis. For some reason, I just can't seem to win against it. Just talking about it makes me sleepy.
Ugh. Word bearers. Do your homework, Lazybone. Can't leave a word bearer alone with the choir boys. Excuse you. In my house? Are you talking shit about Papa in my house? In my dojo? In my home? Papa will smite you! Once he gets out of his castle, the birds are scary. He's coming, I swear. A trip to town might help your mood.
That sounds more than a little exhausting. I think I'll stay in. I must compliment you, though. By this point in most conversations, I'm bored senseless. But I'm enjoying this.
Narcolepsy heart.
I wonder why. What is it about you that fascinates me so? You're definitely a strange one.
Maybe so.
In truth, your very nature is odd. You're definitely not a commoner, but you don't seem like a noble either. You're something else.
And
yet you
flawless.
can wield one of the hero's relics. You're like a hero in some silly legend. Or you could be a villain who came here to enact some evil plot. That wouldn't surprise me either.
This is more accurate. Is that what you think?
Hey, Professor, will you ever allow me to investigate that crest of yours? It won't hurt a bit, I swear. I'm sure I could find out all sorts of things about your crest.
Sorry,
And
but
you.
only
Of course, I'm
one
not as
person can look at
experienced
my
with
crest.
such research as Professor Hanneman, but I do what I can. Someday, I think I might like to become a crest scholar. You never know.
Ladies, both Fulgrim's and Lorgar's corrupted children shouldn't be left with the choir boys. Except Fulgrim's can't be trusted around the goats either. Imagine letting demons take your body for a ride just to get crumped by a crazy man wandering the war. Are you... We don't talk about that man. I don't know which one you're talking... I don't know which one you're referring to, and I have not seen them. If it's the Silver Man, we don't talk about that man. If it's the Bird Man, we don't talk about that man. You're on thin ice, Plank! Not really, you're doing fine. Someday, I think.
Oh, don't trouble yourself. I didn't mean now. I've got a lot of
So
other
many
research
men
I'm
to
working
not
on at
talk
the moment.
about.
I tend to start a project,
fast
get bored, and then leave it be.
What about men we
I
can
might be
talk
ready
about?
to investigate your crest
We can talk
soon.
about...
Might have to tidy up a bit
Dad.
first. On that note,
We can talk about a lot of men.
good night, Professor.
But we can't talk about Kaldor Drago, and we can't talk about Corvus Corax, because Corvus Corax is scary and he keeps Daddy in a tower. And we can't talk about Kaldor Drago, because he'll come behind me and hit me with his hammer. Something warp dust. I'll give you flowers. I don't want to have a tea party with you.
Impressive. Thanks.
You're welcome. Looking at certifications. Nothing too exciting. The Gautier inheritance. Let us begin. Alright, time to do the dirty work of the church. Living like a dog.
This weather is unfortunate. Those villagers were right when they said a storm was brewing. But they were more afraid of an attack than they were of the storm. Let's end this quickly.
Of course.
The thieves have taken Conan Tower as their base. There it is in the distance.
Miklon must
Conan
be
the
more skilled
Barbarian
than your
Tower?
average thief to have overtaken a place like that.
This area was the site of a massive battle several hundred years ago, when invasions from the north were at their peak. This tower was built for both surveillance and defense. It will be difficult to seize it.
You know your history, Gilbert. If I recall correctly, you're from the kingdom, aren't you?
I left my home long ago. If you have any questions about the mission, I'd be happy to answer them.
Low key. I don't want to talk about him. We're focusing on the mission.
House Gautier has always placed great importance on whether or not someone
40-year-old
bears a
sad
crest.
boy.
Margrave Gautier has 2 sons.
Everyone
The
from
crest
Fargus
never
is just like
manifested
some
his
level
enemies.
of sad boy or
It's not hard
racist.
to imagine why he left and wound up in this sort of life.
There's no reason that crests should have the power to dictate someone's
Or
destiny.
Annette.
Don't you agree, Gilbert? He was just another victim of cruel fate. Forsaken by the goddess, who now demands his execution.
That's right, Edelgard. The goddess is a shit. Don't let her hear that. She's in my head right now. Alright, so let's see what I got for units that are coming in. Dorothy is sitting out, but I don't know if I want you to. Bernadetta, you are doing fine. I think maybe you should... No, I want the archer. Yuri, you can sit out. Ah, damn, I like the way things are set up right now, and you're just gonna be... I know what you're gonna do. Okay. How about Constance, you sit out, and then we'll have Dorothea join in this time. Just so we're even. Just so everything is even and clean. Corvo is as stinky as his brother Mort. Dude needs a shower, and Caldor, well, is he even human? I mean, he wanders the warp, probably eating demon children for lunch. I got out of... I had a bit of, a, flow in and flow out of 40k, and my flow out point was around the time the Grey Knights got their codex. And man... 5th edition was a bad time to be a lore fan, let me just tell you. It was right before the Gathering Storm happened, and right as all the worst ideas were coming out of 40k. So you got stuff all of the goofy Grey Knight characters, but none of the you got all the goofy Grey Knight characters, but they were all taken so seriously and kinda treated like Gary Stews. Yeah, that same thing happening with Ultramarines, and then Necrons got their full rework, and the community hated that, but I didn't. I was fine with that. Because Necrons were boring before. Who just wants to play the Terminator? If I wanted to play the Terminator, I would do that. Apparently a lot of people just wanted to play the Terminator, and I am in the minority. I was shook to learn that. Alright, here we go. The Necrons rework saved Necrons? Quite frankly, yes. There's a lot of goofy lore. Yeah, but there's goofy lore, and then there's lore that was written that feels like it was written by a 15-year-old, and 5th edition Warhammer was peak a 15-year-old wrote this, and it's very deep. Now they've got a good balance of very goofy with suitably grim, and I kind of like that balance. Although I think they could lean a bit more into the parody of it all, rather than taking it so grimly serious.
The enemy is close by. We're almost to the top floor.
They have nowhere left to flee, so the situation is in our favor. All we have to do is chase them down.
Don't hold back for my sake. My brother is going to pay for everything he's done.
Sure thing, boss.
That's my cue.
We'll beat the shit out of your brother for you. I bet that'll make you feel better. He said it.
Put me in there.
Don't worry, we won't hold back. We'll beat the shit out of your brother.
Stay focused.
feel like letting things be ridiculous is fine. Yeah,
I will prevail.
letting things be ridiculous is fine. My biggest
Leave it to me.
thing with letting things be ridiculous is that I would prefer...
I'm on it.
There's a kind of ridiculous I would prefer, and the kind that was in, like, 5th edition Warhammer was not it.
Oh no.
When I'm talking ridiculous, I want things that feel just, like, funny. I want things that feel funny, not that feel like, I'm reading, like, the cliff notes of a bad fan fiction.
I am greater now.
And, like, 5th edition had a lot of bad fanfickiness to it that was a little frustrating. Particularly on the Space Marine side. And, like, I, for one, did not hate the Necron changes. Gilliman making a joke once single-handedly made him a bit more interesting to me. Yeah, honestly, Guilliman, I think, Guilliman has been handled excellently. And the fact that he just kind of feels more like a person is perhaps good for his faction as a whole, because most of the people in Ultramarines do not feel that way. They especially in, like, 5th edition lore, there was a real bad habit of giving the Ultramarines, like, all of the best stuff and not explaining why. Aerial Build Next Edition, it's not, in Next Edition lore, it's not Lion versus Girly Man, people's vote on who will lead the Imperium. I have a proposal for what I think would be a very interesting way to do it, and I agree I don't want it to be that, but I have another one that I kind of mentioned in a bit. Welcome in, David Sachs, it's good to see you. Yes, we've got ourselves our Black Eagle run we're doing right now, and I'm real excited about it. We're just doing some of the early game stuff right now, so I'm doing, like, hard mode, trying to get everyone up to snuff. But it's good to have you in. How are you doing tonight?
I could have been
Hope you're having a chill evening. Love the emotes, by the way.
Witness Frigid Pride.
But my proposal that I think would be really fun is not Lion versus Guilliman, but rather Guilliman versus like a High Lord Civil War, because they kind of hinted at it with Guilliman, that there could be some shenanigans going on, and I think that all the other threats have been assigned. The emotes are from Claude's VA. I've been playing the Black Eagles route again and recruited the Ashen Wolves. Yeah. I love a lot of the Ashen Wolf characters. I have in my run that I'm doing, I've got Yuri and Constance. Constance isn't in this fight because I wanted to level up Dorothea a bit more, but she has been very, very nice. I'm not taking Happy or Balthus in this run, but that's just me. But that's just me for this time. Also, it's super cool. I did not know that... Honestly, that makes sense. His name is in there. I'll have to keep that in mind. I think I'll have to go and give him a follow in a bit. But yeah, I too decided, this one was actually chosen by the viewers here. They were really jonesing to see a Black Eagles run, and I was like, well, I will oblige, because I like that run. I like most of the run. I like most of the paths in this game. I kind of go back and forth on
from the lower floors.
Church and Golden Deer, but I don't mind it too much. I like black eagles, and I really like blue lions, though. Dimitri is my sad boy supreme, and I love him. But I also quite like Edelgard and Bernadetta and crew. I want there to be a very short argument between him and Lion, but then they both reconcile over the tire fire that is the Imperium, and Lion just tells Willy Boy to point him towards something to stab so he doesn't have to look at it. That is my want. That is, I think, roughly where I want Lion to stand, and I think from the way it sounds like they're handling him, that is exactly what will happen when they...
You were wide open.
And I'm very okay with that, because I don't want... because I think it...
quite what I was after.
I think the biggest, like, tension I want from other parts of the Imperium are for it to be, like, the remnants of people who are like, we have been running things just fine until this big blue man showed up out of nowhere and started bossing us around. How do we know he isn't some sort of chaos? And then you just have Imperium Civil War. It's a hell of a time. Asmodai telling the Lion about the Fallen and how they are dealing with it will be... ah, yes. Ah, yes. Don't worry, the Dark Angels are doing just fine. Way to go, Gilbert. You're gonna fucking eat shit, I guess. Oh, so I'll send you on back there. Oh, I just do not have the stuff to help. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, I made a mistake. Oh, I fucked up. Hey, take this. Oh, no. I keep forgetting to give myself the stuff. Mire. There we go.
I still have a...
And then just move up here.
Yeah.
That's fine. You've unlocked my trap card.
Let's think carefully.
Can't touch me. Gilbert, for God's sake. This is why you're doomed to fall behind me. Let's send you down here. I'm happy to take that. Oh. I see. How about that? Can't touch me. Boy.
Got him!
I've actually been wondering, but if there ever did pull a...
I guess hard work does pay off.
I've actually been wondering, but if they ever did pull a flush everything down the toilet reboot 40k universe, how do you think they'd handle it? I think it would end up looking a bit more like, I think 40k has a lot of stuff that's kind of tied up together. So I think what they would end up doing is I think they would kind of pull kind of like an Age of Sigmar and just reset the entire tone of the setting. I don't think it would be necessarily as, like... my guess is, honestly, they would reboot it to around 30k timeline. Or just make an entirely new, sort of thing. Yeah, I think a 30k timeline is what they would reboot it to, and then they would just, like, move everything down to there. Maybe they would have, like, an offshoot of Chaos, or maybe they just kind of, like, wipe the slate clean and, like, make a new setting with it. I don't know. They probably won't do Age of Sigmar again, but one of the things that ended up happening as a consequence of Age of Sigmar for fantasy is that the setting kind of chilled out a bit, and I think that they will do something similar if they ever do that with 40k. But I do not think that will ever happen. Like, I think 40k is too much of a cash cow for them, that they probably won't ever pull on that. Yeah. Your feelings the same? Yeah, I think that's probably fair. Oh, Caspar. Maybe I have...
This is our chance.
Maybe I try to save your life first.
I'm no stranger to battle.
Good work, Gilbert. You did a thing. One thing. Exactly.
I'd rather retreat.
Okay. Yeah, I can survive this. Yeah. Nice.
Am I done yet?
Alright, Lysithia. Help! They kind of are with how the story are setting up a new power state for the humans after the 13th hit Cadia. Yes and no. The stakes feel a lot... The way I would describe the stakes post Black Crusade 13th Black Crusade resolution is that they are... is that the stakes are now, like, actually meaningful, where in the past it felt like, ah, yes, we have a lot of stuff that's going on, but it's largely contained to these corners of the galaxy and inconsequential, except for the Tyranids, which are somewhere and
Still
looming and will be scary at some point, but not right now. But they have mostly just, like, threat escalated for a lot of, like, the more recent 40k stuff, and I'm fine with that. But the spirit has been largely the same, and so has a lot of, like, the people that have come along with it.
I will get the victory.
And I think if they were to just, like, hard reboot it, it would go even further than it already has. Because that is how they have done it in the past. Specifically, like, Age of Sigmar.
Now's our chance. Let's think carefully.
Alright, Gilbert, you're probably not surviving, and that's fine. Kinda suck.
I have yet to
Bye,
be
Gilbert!
forgiven. For now, I must retreat.
Tyranids literally cannot win meaningful stuff marketing-wise, and I feel like they bungled them hard, making them too spooky. By that merit, that's the same with Chaos. I think it's kind of a stalemate for most of the factions in the setting like that. but the particularly bad ones for that are Chaos and Tyranids. Necrons are kind of morphing into that realm as of late, but a little less so. Another thing I think would be good for... Another thing I think they could do if they wanted to just, like, progress setting but not necessarily do the same thing is... And this is a bold claim that I will make, that I make in full confidence, and I hope that you... And I think it's a little bit controversial, but if they wanted to do something really interesting story-wise, that would advance the setting, and are now very scary, and I have no idea how the writers are going to push them away from Earth without Necrons doing a silly. They won't. It'll just maintain status quo for, like, years on end. Or something... Or they will just, like, mysteriously float off into the background. Kind of like how the Pariah Nexus did, and kind of like how Vashtor stuff just kind of stopped mattering after a bit. That's how it'll happen. But my little crack idea that I think could be really fun is Chaos succeeding enough that humanity splinters into more than just the Imperium. And then you get different, like, wild human empires that can be, like, really variable. And then you get a lot of, like, the classic modeling stuff that was, like, the most fun part about playing 40k back in the day. That you can now play with because your human faction is now so different because now it's a matter of how does it interact with this structure that used to exist but definitely doesn't anymore. It's just thoughts. I think it would be good generally, but I think as a marketing thing it goes a little too far. Or somehow Necrons reveal the answer to Tyranids, and then Tyranid players will be angry. I highly doubt they'll do that. I know that GW has a reputation for disliking Tyranids, but I do not think that they will do them that dirty, because if they do, then they will have effectively written out an entire faction to their game. And they don't seem to be in the habit of doing that anymore. A splintered Imperium that isn't all dogmatic Angies, and they literally can't afford or to try to reintegrate them. Yeah. Oh, that's fun. Sorry, I just got a notification for something. Yeah, but I think, like, if they were to, like, say, advance the plot and then just be like, it's a lot of different warlords. They've written out Eldar and everything but some lore. I disagree with that. I disagree with that sentiment, and I will kind of explain why. I do not have strong arguments, though. I think that they didn't write out the Eldar. I think they purposely abandoned them. Because they were getting very close to having them do something, and they had to pull back at the last second. Also, their books sold poorly. Because the Inari was the next step for the Eldar, and then they were like, whoa, we can't just do that. And so they abandoned it. Also, their books sold poorly, so it kind of was a good opportunity to do that. Eldar are basically doomed, but also kind of exist now to do dumb magic shit to push the plot forward. Yeah, they do that. Also, I have to remind people, the Inari are still around, and technically they have the potential to do stuff. The thing is, though, is that I think GW is not willing to cut the cord on that anymore. Because the next step for the Inari is to wander into Slaaneish's home. They will never get another book. Exactly.
won't let you go it alone.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to gambit you. Alright, sweet. Good. Good shit. Ah, God.
I've got an ace up my sleeve.
Can't kill a Chaos God or heavily wound them because it might ruin another writer's plan. That's one reason. The other reason is that if they even get close to being able to enact their final goal, it will be kind of setting altering. And while GW is willing to play with parts of the setting, I think they're unwilling to shake up the status quo to anything more than like 2 minutes to midnight.
Can I go now?
Man, there's literally an entire map of the Realm of Chaos out there, and I desperately just want a group of badasses to wander in it and describe what happens. I think the setting for you is probably Warhammer Fantasy, because I think they do shit like that in it, but I'm not positive because I was never much of a fantasy head. I don't know. I played Beastmen. I like Beastmen, but I'm not much of a. But I'm just not much of a fantasy person. It's not my bag. Because man, they are so neat based on description. Yeah. Yeah, I think Inari is still in contention for one of the armies I want to at some point do. But right now feels like a bad time to do it. Because it feels like playing Eldar right now feels a whole lot like, hey, let me give you a reason to dislike me. Caldor Diary would be a good tour of the war. Yeah.
You fought well.
To be fair, what setting are elves not dumb busted? The folly of elves frequently is that they're supposed to, and like, this is me getting a little philosophical because I do a lot of world writing in my free time, so I think about this stuff a lot. And largely, elves as they exist, say, in like Tolkien canon, which is where a lot of the lore or for fantasy and like therefore Warhammer elves come from, is that not that they're supposed to be powerful, but that they are supposed to be an embodiment of the natural world. And as a consequence of that, they are always doomed to be kind of like a long-lived but naturally like in tune with the world, but slowly dying race. So their power, like where the power of like man and humans is to come from their ingenuity and their ability to make, and like their ability to just kind of like build and come together. Elves are supposed to be like individually more like mystical and mysterious because they're one with the natural world, and that's kind of their shtick. So I think in a lot of ways they aren't necessarily supposed to be more powerful, but rather they're in tune with stuff. My problem with elves in many settings is that they're kind of just demons plus sometimes. Yeah, and I think that kind of misses the point. Because I think if you include elves, if you include elves, you need to do one of two things. You either need to kind of deconstruct why you are choosing that and choose a different direction, or you need to, or you should consider, or kind of lean into the background that they come from and use them as a means to show how the world interacts with, say, how the relationship with technology and stuff, technology in the natural world and stuff, because that's where elves, I think, work the best, and like that's especially true in like Tolkien-esque stuff. Because like specifically in like Tolkien, their whole thing is that like they are kind of the world, but they are kind of leaving it over time. Like as man progresses to be more of like a modern society, they kind of like they leave and kind of become myth, is sort of a thing. And I know that, like, for me, when I do a lot of, like, setting writing for D&D, I will want to turn my elves into a, kind of, like, part of that natural world, and and kind of use that as, like, a point of, like, the conflict that comes from that. My current D&D setting that I have,
you underestimated
I think, kind of, like,
Up to you.
this is my best way of kind of explaining it with them, is that they have is that the elves of that setting are very in tune with the natural world, and for a long time that was true of them, but they were kind of converted by the sword by the local religious group, and the consequences of that are that their gods kind of turned on them and forced them to live in like force them to live
You're relentless.
mortal lives that ended, rather than ones
Careful,
that were just kind
please.
of like forever in harmony and like without suffering.
Think this through.
Which kind of gives them, I think, like a layer of almost like tragedy to it. And it's kind of similar to like Tolkien-esque elves too, because in Tolkien, like, elves are effectively immortal. They do not die, but they can, like, but their spirit cannot want to go on, and they will, like, pass, or they can, like, die of mortal wounds, or they'll, like, pass into the west for what that means. Damn it, did I fuck up? Okay. I think I fucked up.
What's next?
My favorite elves are from Kumo Desuga.
I like how this feels.
Because it's a flip on elves. I am unfamiliar with that. What's that kind of like? Also, low-key, if you guys ever want to, like, kind of sit down as I do kind of like a, like, lore writing or, like, kind of like a lore discussion sort of thing, I would be totally down for that, because I have a lot of passion for
Here
this
we
kind
go.
of writing.
Attack them from both sides.
It's an ambush.
Heck. Alright.
Now.
You tried. Okay. Shit's getting serious now. Okay. Sorry, I gotta enter the gamer tent.
Hardly worth my time.
I think my favorite elves are the Shining series elves, where they are uniquely gifted in very specific things, but are not given the weird, living, ancient deal, so they exist more as a side race of humans. Then again, Shining series has great races in general. The way they pull off centaurs and beastmen are cool. The elves in that are kinda to blame for the reason the world is a fantasy land, but also hell for souls. Yes, elves have made all the mistakes. I also like that. I'm a little bit partial to it from Elder Scrolls, where the central thesis are elves are dicks, and this will not end.
I will prevail.
Okay. There we go.
No one makes it past me.
But it's more like one guy who created the elves and puppets them because he's like a
Stronger
parasite
than this?
elf. Ah. Okay. You should read up on Shining series races sometime. They go bonkers. Armadillos in steam suits and humanoid dragon turtles. And they take great care not to make them stronger than each other. It's pretty big, it's pretty cool. Yeah. I'll have to give it a look sometime, for sure.
Witness my power.
Alright.
One step at a time.
Alright. Do you think you're gonna be okay to take this on? Oh, God. You're gonna die. There we go.
You're out of luck.
Finished it up. Good.
Should I have held back?
Okay.
It's simple.
We are looking better than we were just a few seconds ago. Which is nice. I like that.
I just worked harder.
Oh yeah, you're fine.
To be.
Okay. Oh man. Oh, what's that series that has the steampunk magic system where the wizard has to sit at the back of the bus? IDK never heard of that one. I adore when fantasy series go nuts with weird races. Arcane of Steamworks and Magic Obscura is the game I'm thinking of. Yeah! Very good world that mixes magic and science. That's always really cool. I am partial to settings that use a lot of what I would call...
Put me in there! As you wish.
Like, partially harder, like, sciencey stuff.
You worked hard for nothing.
Think this through.
Well, more specifically,
I must get...
a little bit, yeah. But I think more specifically, I like stuff that kind of has a bit more of like
That's my
a
cue.
real-world feel to it. I personally am a bit more of like a geopolitics type of person. So like, when I design settings, I make like intricate like webs of like how factions work and exist, sort of thing.
Stay focused.
And that's like my bread and butter.
I
That
will
really
get the
like
victory.
doing for stuff like that. But the magic doesn't mix, and anybody with magic 20 years ago in setting was praised, now oppressed because the magic fucks up all the science. Yeah.
Bring in the smarts.
You get a lot of that, I think, with a number of settings that do like a magic versus science sort of thing. I kind of like to mix the two because I think they, theoretically, depending on the world, aren't always too far off from each other. At least that's how I feel about it personally. But,
Oh no. Leave it to me. This is what I do.
like the setting that I currently do for like my for my tabletop setting is like big on God, I'm sorry, I'm trying to keep two tracks in my brain and kind of mix them up. Is kind of like uses like a lot of like scientific theory for like making for applying to magic. So like it'll like be magic, but with like science-ish concepts attached to it, and I think that's like really fun for me to kind of design.
I won't go down so easily.
It's over! Each battle, a chance to grow.
I like to think of lightspeed travel as only possible by mixing magic and science tech. IDK, if you're breaking physics, I think it might also break the train you're sitting in. Shining Series is fun with this concept because the entire magic system in fantasy is just a result of the setting being a post-apocalyptic apocalypse science fiction setting, and no one ever figured out magic is just science and mutations from back then. That sounds... that kind of reminds me a bit of how I think it's handled in, like, Xenoblade Chronicles, which is a perhaps mildly famous game that some of you may be familiar with. And I really like that. And I really like that series quite a bit.
We'll cover you.
You know what to do.
I produce a flaming close space to make an explosion. Interesting. Okay. That's
Up to you.
real close. Yeah, I didn't think so. It's not gonna work.
I will get the victory.
Up to you.
That will be enough. Okay.
Face it, I'm better than you.
Now the bulk of that force can be turned the fuck around. still cutting it way too close. God damn it. I think D&D does science magic well. They do it pretty okay.
Put me in there.
I have my complaints with it, but it's pretty serviceable.
Think this through.
I don't think I've got much of a chance.
That's my cue.
Got too cocky.
I must get stronger.
I am fucking up my playthrough, so I am gonna just kind of chill. Yeah. Because I think what I have to do is just start from square one.
What?
Winning's always nice.
Yeah.
To be...
Yeah, that was rough. Let's try that again. To be fair, I said some special words, and then a big explosion happens. I'm going to think it's magic. Yeah, if I somehow summoned light that turned my foe to ash, I'd just assume I casted Smite too. Yeah. My first instinct would be orbital lasers. That is how it works in some settings.
This weather is unfortunate.
I'm gonna just skip forward from there. I'm gonna try this map one more time, but I might end up just kinda calling it in a bit soon, because I'm feeling a bit sleepy. And I think this map is going to require a lot more from me than I have the fortitude for at the moment. CP twins, yeah. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do some pre-prep. Make sure I have everything I need. We're talking about Shining series where one of the spells is just connecting to a satellite cannon. That does sound very familiar. I don't want to give too many spoilies, but there is, but it's very similar in Xenoblade Chronicles in some ways. Particularly the second one. Alright, Caspar, get a vulnerary.
Is that the one? Thanks a bunch.
Yuri.
Is that the one?
You have a vulnerary. Sylvain, you have a vulnerary. Petra, you have a
Is that the
vulnerary.
one? Thanks a bunch.
Bernadetta, you have a vulnerary. You have
Is that
barely
the one?
a vulnerary.
Thanks a bunch.
You
Is that
have
the
a
one?
vulnerary.
Thanks a bunch.
Battalions will need to be replenished.
Come back soon.
Also, you are currently on the wrong person. I think you should probably be on Edelgard. And Constance, you're going to be back, and I'm gonna give Dorothea a chance to shine. I love where technology is just mistaken for magic in settings, then there is real magic, but nobody cares as much as the reader. Yeah. Yeah, I am partial to kind of like the tech being so powerful that it looks like magic sort of thing. I think that's a really fun way to handle that.
Thanks a bunch.
Because if the reader isn't trained on it, they just aren't gonna notice. Unless you kind of, it's gonna look the same but kind of be a bit off. So it's kind of up to interpretation, and kind of like playing with that with people is fun.
Come back.
Alright, I apologize for having to cut this short, but I think we're probably gonna have to come back to this another time, though. I am realizing very quickly I do not have the endurance to try this map right now. So I'm gonna wrap up for the night, and I think we're probably gonna raid out. Taking a look around, I think we're gonna be... Yeah. No worries, thanks for the stream. Yeah, thanks for coming by, everybody. It's been a really fun time, and I really do like talking about a lot of this kind of like lore writing sort of stuff. It's real fun for me, kind of being able to bounce ideas and such, because it's a thing I feel really passionate about, and I'm hoping I can do a lot more in the coming year. Yeah, thank you for stopping by, Plank. I'm hoping that I will be able to do a lot more in Fire Emblem come next, not next week, but like week following, because next week's gonna be really dicey for streams for me. On account of the fact that it's Christmas, so I don't actually know if I'm going to be available that entire day. But we shall see. Tomorrow, I'm gonna be over on, I'm gonna shout this out. I'm gonna be over on... tomorrow, I'm gonna be over on Basil Not the Herbs channel, and we're gonna be doing a collab stream over there. It's gonna be a really fun time. Y'all should stop by and check it out. I think it's going to be... we're going to be doing a adventure rating, which will be really fun. And then I'm hoping Friday I can do a bit of Rogue Trader. And then I have no idea what the following week's gonna look like. But I'm hoping that I can see it, take it off. Most people will be having Christmas that day anyway. Honestly, I probably will. But I will be, but I'll be over in those places I mentioned, and we're gonna be raiding out here in just a solid bit. I think we're gonna be raiding out to my, to our good chum box. And if you have it, just leave, and if you have the emotes, you can just leave this as a raid message when you head over there. And I'll be raiding out here in just a quick sec. Alright, I will see you all later for some more shenanigans and more fun. Thank you all for joining me, and I hope you have a wonderful evening. Goodbye!